Next, so we were just talking earlier about how hotels are looking for ways to generate revenue, and in particular here locally. So obviously with the pandemic, with the, I won't say order, but with the situation for our kababayans who are returning, or kababayan who has to go back to their respective countries, are stuck here in quarantine, and hotels have been shifted. Yeah, shifted is the right word. Shifted to a more enjoyable, but into a quarantine hotel business, just to be able to survive during this pandemic. Now, is this a good business model? Well, it's better than closing shop, right? And I think for many hotels in the country in particular, they have no choice, right? And obviously, people who use or transition to a quarantine facility, whether for returning immigrants or Filipinos to stay afloat amid the coronavirus pandemic, which has already sickened almost 400,000 people and killed 7 million people in 7,000 people, 7 billion. Sorry, it's 7,000 people in the Philippines. Now, obviously, this is a nightmare for any businesses in the hotel industry, and they have to find ways to stave off extinction. So they're in survival mode, as so to speak. So one of the strategies, like they mentioned, is Robinsons have shifted their hotel into a quarantine business. So it's a more lucrative industry if you think about it. At least it provides them continuous flow of revenue until such a time when people can go back to their normal lives. And one such hotel that they're using is the Go Hotel, if you're familiar. And another is the 3-Star Summit Hotel. They're using it from other hotel properties from Dusitani Hotel in Cebu. Now another one is the Golden Pacific. Oh, sorry, Golden Pacific. It's Golden Phoenix Hotel in Pasay City. So they became a quarantine hotel also during the height of the lockdown. Now, obviously, what they're stating is little profit is better than no profit, which is reasonable. As long as you can stay operational, retain jobs rather than fire people, as long as you can, uh, survive this critical juncture, and you can always recover in the near future, whether it be 6 months or a year from now, because it will pass eventually. The question is, what do you do for the short or meantime period here? And is it a good strategy overall? It's better than no strategy at all, right? And according to the tourism department, they're already allowing Baguio and Boracay to resume tourism activities, which is great news if you're planning to go back home to your native town, or you're planning to, I don't know, maybe visit those towns or cities. But is it safe? That's the main question here. Obviously, there will be protocols here in terms of maybe self quarantine, many requirements and so forth. And obviously, they still have to consider people who are willing, especially the locals or travelers that who wants a staycation period outside of their houses. Now, one of the hotels, Golden Phoenix, has opted to remain a quarantine hotel instead of transitioning back to a staycation hotel. Now, obviously, this would work for the short period rather than the long period. But obviously, if you can integrate both in terms of offering both as a quarantine hotel, also for your long-term loyal staycationers, so to speak, and that would be valuable, because when do people start traveling again, and they would remember which hotels would provide the better service, and and eventually can take advantage of generating more revenue. And at the end of the day, people will start traveling. It will not be lost forever. People will still travel. It's just a matter of time, like Miss Bocanegra stated.